We are picking up today on Box and Whiskers, and we are looking at the page that I gave you the other day, and we put in number 5, and I showed you how to do this by hand. You're going to line them all up. What are the 5 points that you were looking for in a Box and Whiskers? 3, 4, 5. You are looking for your lowest value. Sometimes that's called an extreme, by the way. Okay, your lowest extreme, the very lowest number you got. What else? You're looking for your highest value. And again, sometimes that's called your highest extreme. You're also looking for your median. What's the purpose of a box and whisker plot? It basically displays data, and it splits the data into 4 groups. It splits the data into 4 equal parts. So we cut it in half. We find the median. Then we find the lower quartile, which is the median of the lower half. And then we find the upper quartile. Okay? So we did one by hand the other day. Today I'm going to show you how to put this. This is the median of the upper half. And so then it's in 4 equal parts. All right. So if we go to our calculators, and I want you doing this with me because I want to talk about several things. So don't work ahead of me. We already put this into our calculator, but those listening, let me remind you how to do this. So if you go to your stat and you go to your edit, we can put these numbers in. And this was number 5. So we put in 16, 20, 30, 15, 23, 11, 15, 21, 30, 29, 13, and 16. So where is my 5 points located? If I go to stat and then to calc, and then if we do choice 1 variable stats, and I don't see it, guys. That's our statistic stuff. Where's the box and whiskers? Down below. I say it's underneath the trap door. So it is down below. So you can see here that it gives you your minimum. Your smallest is 11. Your highest is 30. So our smallest number is 11. Our highest is 30. What's the median? The median is 18. What's my lower quartile? And this says Q1 because we talked about it the other day. Quartiles, think 4 quarters makes a whole. So the very first point you come to, think like a basketball game, is the end of the first quarter. That's your lower quartile. So that would be 26. And then the upper quartile is going to be, oops, not 26. 15 is the lower one and 26 is the upper one. 15 and 26. All right. So listen carefully. We're going to put this on a number line. Now we already have a number line. All right. So my board went kind of crazy, but that's all right. We'll keep going from here. All right, so we're going to put this on a number line. Now, on our number line, you notice that it went from 10 to 30. So, and it counted 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. 25 and 30. All right, so remind me really quickly, what was my lowest value? 11, so I'm going to plot it here. And we like to plot our box and whiskers either above it or below it, not on it. Okay, my highest was 30. What's the middle? 18, so that's below 20. And then my lower quartile was 15, and then the upper one was 26. All right, so the middle 3 make our box, and the outsides makes the whiskers. Okay, so you have drawn your on this one particular one. Okay, So I want you to follow along with me. Let me ask you a couple questions. Okay? My first question would be, what's the range? What's the range of the entire box and whiskers? What is range? High minus low. Okay? So the range is going to be 30 minus 11, which is 19. Okay? And all that says is that from beginning to end, there's 19 units between it. Okay? Beginning to end. What if I said, what is the interquartile range? What does that mean? That means Q3 minus Q1. It's the range of the quartiles. So let me remind you of this if this is like a basketball game. Okay, everybody with me? Eyes up this way. So here's the start of our game. I go to here. This is the end of the first quarter. That is your lower quartile. Then you travel to here. Where's this? Halftime. That's your median. Halfway through the game. Then you go to here. This is the end of your third quartile. And then you go to here. There's your fourth quarter and the end of the game. Okay? Any questions on that? So if I want to know the interquartile range, then that means I want to know the range of the box, basically. High minus low of the box. So what would it be? 26 minus what? 15. So what's the interquartile range? 11. Any questions? That is a big question on the Algebra 1 SOL. The interquartile range. Okay. The other question is this. Okay. I might say, what percent of the data is greater than 15? 75. Very good. 75%. Remember, it splits it into 4 equal pieces, which means 25% is here, 25% is here, 25% is here, and 25% is there. Okay, so if I said what percent's greater than 15, well, here's 15. So there's 25, 25, and 25, which would be 75%. Okay, what if I said what percent's in the box? 50 in the box. On either side of the median, there's 50% below, or 25% below and 25% above. There's 50% in the box. So listen carefully. What if I told you, this is very important, everybody eyes up here, this is important, because this is huge on the Algebra 1. They're going to do a lot with the percentages. Okay? It's not just knowing the points. Okay? You need to know range, you need to know interquartile range, you need to know the percentages. So if I say what percent is greater than 15, y'all told me 75 really easily. 25, 25, and 25, right? What if I told you that there are 32 numbers in this data set? Okay, so let's say, I put my first block and my fourth block all together, and there were 32 total numbers that went into that data set. What if I said how many were 15 and below? So if I said what percent, how much percent is below 15? 25. Everybody agree? 25% below 15, right here. Okay? If I say what percent, it's 25. But I said how many? It's 25% of how many total numbers in this data set? 32. So how do you work with percentages? First, you move it 2 spots and make it 0.25. What's of mean? Times 32. What's 0.25 times 32? 8. And that makes sense to us because there's 8 numbers here. If there's 32 total numbers, there's 8 there. How many's in this piece? 8. How many's in this piece? How many's in that piece? So that makes sense to us because we divided it. If I had 32 total numbers and split them into 4 groups, how many's in each group? 8. If I said how many is, I don't know, above 18? Why is it 16 above 18? Because 8 plus 8 is 16. What if I said what percent's above 18? 50%, because it's the 18 is the median. So it'd be 50%. Do you understand what I'm saying on that? So I want you to look at 1 through 4, and I want to go through 1 through 4 with you, and then I'm going to let you loose and let you finish the rest. So look at number 1. First of all, this is weekly mileage totals of 24 runners. So how many total numbers are in that data? 24. 24 runners. We went around and said, how much do you run a week? 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 And we put it on a box and whisker plot. Okay? What's the highest? Who ran the highest amount? What's the highest? 55 miles in 1 week. That's a lot of miles to run. What's the lowest? 15. And again, these are runners, people that run daily. Okay, 15. Okay, what's the median? 35. So listen carefully. Number 3, what percent of runners run less than 40? Arthur, what is it? 75%. Any questions on why that would be 75%? Each piece is worth, is it always worth 25? Yes, in box, everything. So quarter, 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 quarter. That's all a box and whisker plot does. Okay, splits it into 4 equal parts. So help me out with number 4. How many runners run less than 20 miles a week? What percent? 25%, but I'm not asking for 25%. I'm asking for how many. Why 6? A quarter of 24. Each piece has 6 in it, right? Because you divide 24 by 4. Or what could you do? 0.25 times 24, which would be 6. Any questions on that? So number 4 should be 6. Any questions on the difference between what percent versus how many? Do you always times the percent times the total? Yes. Anytime you're working with a percentage, you times it by the total. Okay? So we're going to stop right there.